morning, everybody. I am describing to you how the core challenge is going to work for this week. So there's a series of movements that you're going to be doing that are either 60 seconds long or 30 seconds long. And you're going to alternate between those two time frames. And then after you complete all of the exercises, you're going to have a 2-minute rest, and then you repeat. So it's only 2 rounds, but it should take you, it's 4.5 minutes of work, and you're trying to endure for as much of it as possible. You may not make it, and I don't think I will, through every second, meaning I might need to take breaks in the middle of something, especially as the 4.5 minutes wears on. So take a look at the board, and I'll describe what we're doing, and then I'll demonstrate. So you should definitely have a timer. I'm going to be using my Rogue timer. You could just use your phone, or you could use one of those WOD apps that I sent you, and I'll include a link to that WOD app in case you don't have it. So what you're going to be doing first is a traditional plank. You can either be on your elbows or on your hands. Then you're going to do one side, either right or left of side plank. Again, you can be on your elbows or your hands. Then you're going to do 60 seconds of supine leg lowering. Supine just means that your belly is up towards the sky. And then you'll do the other side for your side plank for 30 seconds. And then you'll do knee to elbow. So you're in a plank and you're trying to get a knee to the opposite elbow. And then the last thing is a hollow hold, either with your arms down or up, depending on how fatigued you are at that point. Then I think I said 2 minutes rest. You only have a 90-second rest, and then you do a second round. So you want to have the timer running as much as possible. And if at any point you feel like your lower back is hurting, you should take a break and either adjust the angle that you're in or just eliminate that movement.
On.
Okay, so timer's going on, and I have a 60-second plank. In your plank, you want to make sure that your shoulder blades are separated. So I shouldn't be able to see your shoulder blades like this. So separating the shoulder blades, making sure the pubic bone is tucked towards the chin rather than sacrum up towards the ceiling. And focus on maintaining your chest over your thumbs. You can also do this from your elbows, and you still want to have that forward angle. Notice how I'm on my tippy toes. If you ever end up like this with that much surface area on your feet, we know that your chest is not forward. So the more you focus on being on your tippy toes, the better. Working on protracting the shoulder blades, keeping the pubic bone tucked, flexing the quads, squeezing the glutes together. All right, 30 seconds of side plank. Here you want to make sure that your shoulder is stacked directly over your wrist. If your hand is in front of your wrist, it's going to compromise your shoulder position, so you want to make sure you're stacked. You want to constantly be thinking about pulling your obliques as far away from the ground as possible. And then leg lowering for 60 seconds. So you'll start with your feet directly over your hips, your hands are in an upside down V position, and you'll go only as low with your legs as you are able to keep your lower back on the ground. So notice that my feet are at the bottom and there's no gap under my lower back as I drop. If you find that you get into this position, don't go down as low. And you may start the beginning of the minute with being able to get this far without losing your back position, but that may change as you become fatigued, and you should change your behavior based on what your body is telling you. Also, it makes it harder not to come up as high with your legs, because every time your feet come up to here, this is a moment of relief. So if you want to keep the pressure on, you want to stop sooner. All right, opposite side plank. Focusing again on hand directly under shoulder, hips and oblique as far away from the ground as possible. And I'm going to transition right into knee to elbow for 60 seconds. So making sure that you actually touch the knee to the elbow. If you don't touch, it's because your chest is not forward enough. So make sure again that you've got that chest forward position. Try to reach above the elbow if you can, because it makes it harder. And hollow hold. You could have your feet down and your arms up. You could have your arms down and your feet up. Sorry, or down. So play around with what position you can hold. I'm getting enough fatigue that I'm feeling it in my lower back, so I'm going to keep my feet down and I'm just going to recline. Play around with feet up and arms up and see what you can handle.